Hello, Summoners. Jackel here. I just wanted to thank you all for your patience in waiting for this episode to be aired. We had some issues with, let's call it Yuri on Ice here in Texas. Joel and I were both without power for a little while, and it took us a little longer to get this episode edited and posted for you guys. Thank you all for listening, and enjoy the episode.
Hello, Summoners, and welcome to another episode of FEHology, the study of Fire Emblem heroes. My name is Joel, and it's my pleasure to bring you the FEHology dating game. Thank you. Good evening. We've got a wild group tonight. Listen, there's been a spectacular spate of posts recently on Reddit, Twitter, and Discord on the subject of luck, and they hold one common belief. Luck can only happen, and when it does, it is wholly mysterious, irrational, inexplicable, and yet so rare that the finest summoners have never succeeded in fully expressing its joy. Okay, we agree. Luck is happening. Some, like Ilya, have luck come easy. Others, like Gaia, don't fare so well. One thing is certain. We all look forward to that day that our luck turns around and our favorite unit finally comes home. For our next round, let's see if our contestant can be tempted to test their luck with one of our user-submitted builds, but there's a catch. One of these builds will be submitted by yours truly. If they select this build, they'll be editing this episode. So, Deku, tell us about our next contestant.
A former beauty title holder, he now makes beauty of his own on canvas. As an accomplished artist and sculptor, he hopes to open his own gallery. He's from Corpus Christi, Texas, and finds relaxation in many outdoor sports. We are delighted to welcome to the FEHology dating game, Jackel.
Jackel, how are you feeling today?
Oh, well, you know, I'm about to go fishing down in Corpus Christi, and I'm just really looking forward to painting some of them fish I catch with my fishing rod.
You want to know who that was the original intro for?
Tell me.
Farrah Fawcett.
I don't know who that is.
What?
I don't know either if that makes you feel better.
That is...
Yeah.
Or worse.
And hey, Joel, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, bud. No one else in the whole world knows who that is either, because you're the oldest.
That is so far before any of our times. But anyway, you guys are... I give up. No culture. Jackel, have you seen the builds?
Looks like Farrah Fawcett was in Charlie's Angels, Saturn 3. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Yes, I have, and there is... there are two clear winners, so I guess we'll see what's what.
You've already decided? Come on now.
Well, you know, that's the... it takes a lot of the fun out of it when you give me the units 28 hours before we record. So
you mean like you requested, right?
For those listening at home, Joel was really worried about getting this down to a certain period of time. Mm-hmm. Keeping in mind, we've already spent, 4 minutes just going back and forth, where he's already doing a terrible job at this.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about Farrah Fawcett and fishing.
Now, hold on. So, Jackel, you're the one who requested the builds beforehand.
Did I?
Yes.
I have no memories of this.
You complain to me every time.
Oh, see, I didn't request them. You just asked me this question, and you give me the slides 5 minutes before we start recording, so...
I mean, that is more similar to the actual dating game.
Actually, I've always given them... I've actually always given them to you 24 hours in advance. You've just never actually looked at them.
All right, well, look. Sometimes things are true and sometimes they're not.
I give up. Jackel, I think you know how to play, but here are the rules. We have 5 user-submitted builds, each one ready and eager to be selected. All you have to do is select the one you think will be the most fun. So without further ado, let's meet our first unit.
Our first unit is Veronica, Bestowed Love. The much-loved, very powerful staff unit from CYL2. She has a backstory that is quite often forgotten, and also looks like a small child. That's all I got. She has good music. It's nice background music.
Well, it's her theme.
I mean, I know that.
Wow. Deku, that was not a lot of information.
I mean, how much do we really know about this woman?
The big ending was...
I mean, is she a woman or is she a girl?
What about Xander?
I put her at like 14.
You didn't mention Xander.
Admittedly, but Fire Emblem Heroes hasn't mentioned Xander since book 2, outside the Pirate Alt.
All right, we're doing a great job of keeping it nice and tight.
Outside the Pirate Alt and every Fae channel.
Yes, but he hasn't actually showed up in the story.
Who's talking about Veronica?
We didn't decide this ahead of time, did we?
Deku,
Hold on, am I muted? Can you guys hear me? Who's talking about Veronica?
I am talking about Veronica, apparently. Okay, so continuing on. Veronica is the Tempest Trials unit for this banner. She has a Super Bane in HP and a Super Boon in Absolutely Zip. Her weapon... Oh yeah, probably should mention that she is a blue tone cav, which means that she is automatically terrible because she is competing with Reinhardt. Her weapon are the Packed Blooms Plus, a 12 might inheritable tome that gives an in-combat debuff of attack and res -5 to the foe if she's within 2 spaces of an ally, and also restores 4 HP when she deals damage, which means this weapon has all the best aspects of Carrot Axe Plus, and also actual combat potential. Alongside that, she comes... This is really small, I need to zoom in. Oh, that didn't help at all. With Growing Thunder, HP Speed 2, and Chill Speed 3. This image really could have been a lot bigger because I cannot read those numbers. I'm too lazy to Google it. But you can tell her stats are bad because she's a Tome Cav. Oh.
You can zoom in on the slide.
I know, I am zooming in on the slide and it's just getting pixelated. Oh, wait, we also have this thing down here. I forgot about that.
Middle. Yeah.
Okay, so 40 HP, 36 attack, 38 speed, 21 defense, and 22 resistance. That covers her.
All right.
So, what do you guys think of this unit? Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, not the most inspiring Tempest Trials unit we've ever
Yeah,
received.
the units that you're comparing her with right here are Selena, Larachelle, Ursula, and Reinhardt. And I would take 3 of those 4 units above her any day.
Completely agree. And I even know what the third one, or the fourth one that you wouldn't
because
pick.
I am constantly complaining about her weapon and how utterly useless it is.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I'm sorry,
can I guess?
Larachelle.
Oh, yeah, that was going to be my guess.
Okay, I will say this. This tome is sneaky good.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't realize it until I started simming it. And if you have some other unit that's not this one, and you want to use them as a some sort of tank, well, more for your tanks, but yeah, maybe Larachelle too. But it works quite nicely. The only place I've seen this unit used is ARD. I personally can't think of another use for them. Jackel, where would you rate this unit?
I mean, not high. Packed Blooms is great. So, as far as like inheritable tomes go,
admittedly, we don't get a lot in the way of great inheritable tomes, especially on easily accessible units like this.
All the good ones are PRFs. So I think I'm going to go with a 3 for the unit.
Ouch.
And a 7 for the fodder.
What, 7? Oh, for Pack Blooms.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that low. I think she's not a great unit, but she's not actively bad. I'd probably put her at about a 5. She is certainly there.
All right, well. So chill speed 3 is not terrible, although we have dual chills now, so I guess that's not great. And HP speed has some renewed application with Pawns of Loki. So I mean, that's kind of good for fodder, but mostly sucks.
All right. Deku, you want to walk us through the build?
Sure. If I can read it. So this build from one of our listeners has Spooky Sensor Plus as the weapon. It's a plus speed with 2 Ceros and a Lif, which puts her at 67 HP, 68 attack, 61 speed, 35 defense, and 36 resistance. But also, with her skills, she has an effective 78 attack and 71 speed. She has Glimmer as her special, Fury 4 just to pump those stats up more, Lull Speed Res 3, which would stack with her weapon. Actually, no, she doesn't have her regular weapon, so it doesn't really. Pulse Smoke 3, and Brazen Attack Speed 3. So what do you think of this build, Jackel?
Well,
And she's also summoner supported.
she does hit pretty hard.
Anima Blessed, obviously.
In, what's that?
I was just saying she was Anima Blessed for those at home.
Oh, okay. She's a blue tome.
Yep.
Um,
Do you remember what Spooky Sensor does
I
this
don't
time?
understand the animal blessing. What, Deku?
I was just making sure that you remember what Spooky Sensor did this time. You took the time to look it up beforehand.
I do.
Okay,
I do.
Good.
Because Joel forced me to look at all the information before we came into this.
Right.
So for those summoners that don't remember, Spooky Sensor is Fury. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the important stuff. I don't understand the animal blessing because okay.
That's the only reason you would ever have an Anima Blessing.
I mean, all right. So the build is interesting for sure. With one hit, you're in brazen range. So, I don't know. It's fine. It's not exciting.
You heard it first here, folks. It's
a little boring. Well, I mean, I literally just said it's a little boring. So,
You said it's fine.
Fine from, but it's teach their own, Deku. I mean,
You literally said those words.
I guess it's fine for Deku. We can't judge Deku based on the might of his spooky sensor. So I mean, for the purposes of dating game, I'm going to give this unit I'm gonna go with a 6 for this build.
You doubled her score for the build.
I sure did.
Builder, all I can say is doubling Jackel's score is at least something to brag about. The other thing, Reinhardt has a little bit of trouble with a couple units, one of them being Winter Altina, the other being Brunya. And she actually takes down both of these units in the sim with max investment.
She barely takes down Altina. She has 1 HP.
But have you tried to take down Winter Altina before?
I certainly have. Admittedly, that's with a res weapon. So, and Altina has good res.
The one other thing I'll say about this unit is since this is a blue cav, it pairs up really well against any of your red Astra mythics. So Reagan, Plumeria, and Altina.
You would almost wonder why they didn't do an Astra Blessing instead of an Anima Blessing. But I digress. I guess that's the end of whatever this one's name is. Let's move on.
Deku, or just move on?
I mean, why would you put an Astra Blessing on someone who's fighting Astra units? Wouldn't Astra units be fighting Anima Bless units?
Oh, man, I don't know how this works.
Why did we get you?
We're going to peel back the curtain just for a second here. So Jackel is on some really nice cough syrup right now.
Yeah, we're fully expecting to lose him halfway through the episode
That
and
is
just have
certainly
to
true.
Weekend at Bernie's him.
Oh, man, that would be cool. Oh, that would be so cool, Deku.
Except it's an audio medium.
I am here for it.
All right. Let's move us on here. So, Deku, let's meet our next unit.
Our next unit is Gustav, Majestic Love, the former king of Asker. He is best known for blowing off Sharena and dying. He showed up here to fulfill the Valentine's Day dead dad quota of Fire Emblem Heroes, and we will probably never see him again.
Wow, Deku. What
Now
an introduction.
that's an introduction, yeah.
Am I wrong?
Veronica! Hey, Veronica, get out of here. We don't care about you.
I mean, unfortunately,
All right.
Gustav is clearly one of the most important units to come out in FE for quite a while, just based on the skills he has.
Holy cow. So we've got super boons in attack, and that's it. And super banes in HP, speed, and defense. They really want you to summon more than one of these.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got Loyalist Axe that is a wooden lattice-shaped axe. It looks like it would break.
It's not even
Maybe
sharp.
That's the point, is while he hits you, it breaks off and all the shards kind of
So
stick
how many
in.
axes is this man hiding, and where is he hiding them in that toga?
Jackel, don't answer that. So,
I wasn't even going there. I was just thinking, you two must have never been hit by a baseball bat.
Baseball
before.
bat's a lot thicker than this.
All right, look, we're going further and further down that real bad path.
Excellent point. So keep talking about
At
your
least
stuff.
for Jackel. So, Joel, yeah, why don't you go ahead,
Loyalist
Joel?
Axe is a 16 might preference weapon. You get cooldown -1, which is always nice. If foe initiates or a foe's HP is above 75%, you get an in combat attack defense -6 on them. And if foe can make a follow-up, reduces first attack by 75%. Beyond that, you have the new skill D/R Near Saver 3. And for any of you folks who are, as smart as me, I had to look long and hard for what that D/R means, and that means
Defense and
in combat
resistance.
defense res +2. But to go further on that skill, if melee foe initiates combat against an ally within 2 spaces, it triggers Savior, a new skill. Unit takes ally's place and receives all after combat effects. Will not trigger on prohibitive terrain or if multiple units can trigger Savior. If Savior triggers, after combat movement effects do not occur. Now, in case you're wondering what in the world that means your knockback, lunge, hit and run, and drag back, non-existent now. The other, let's see, this is Near Saver. So remember, this is melee weapons. We'll hit Far Saver in a second. But as far as this unit, this is min-maxed in the Ilia vein, which means they have taken all stats out of speed. An 18 base speed is 604th out of 634 units. So
I'm going to have to
low.
disagree with you about him being well min-maxed for one reason alone. 31 resistance.
No.
Anything that's between like 28 and 33 means it's terribly min-maxed. Because that's not great, but it's not terrible. It's just a stat.
I agree.
It's not min-maxed.
So we'll say speed is the dump skill here.
100%.
Is that acceptable?
But he's an
to both
armor,
of
so
you
it
guys?
doesn't matter.
Yes.
Exactly. He comes with Ignis, which is nice. Close Defense 4, also nice. Crafty Fighter 3 is semi-nice. And then the new Far Saver skill, or Near Saver skill. So, guys, what do you feel about this unit?
I love his fodder.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think he's great. I think he's a pretty incredible
And
unit.
certainly a great unit to use it.
Yeah. As far as ratings go, I'm going to go with double 8. 8 for unit, 8 for fodder. I really like Loyalist Axe. I think it's super cool. Close Defense 4 is interesting, but it pairs really well with Near Save. And Crafty Fighter also pairs really well with Near Save. So
Not
just
having
a
any speed.
well-synergized kit, as Ilya would say. So, what's that?
I was going to say it pairs well with not having
yes, it
any
does.
speed.
Very true.
Yeah, I'm going to give this unit an 8 and his fodder a 10 because, wow. Those new skills are something else. Completely changed the game again.
I like near saver less than far saver.
I'm the other way around, actually.
Interesting.
So, you and I talked about this a little bit the other day, Joel, but I don't remember if we actually answered this. Does far saver, or since we have distant counter on the build coming up, will he save somebody from a distant foe if he has distant counter?
That's why it's called near save.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes things are possible.
The big problem I have with this unit is this is a green axe armor, and it's not Brave Edelgard.
Okay, but hear me out. What if it was legendary Edelgard?
That's fair. Like versus legendary Edelgard?
No, he was making a joke about how this isn't Brave Edelgard, but I was like, okay, listen up. He's another good axe unit. Legendary Edelgard. It's a joke that failed. Let's pass it by.
Let's go over this build. So this is an arena unit, and in particular, this is focused on water season because of all the fantastic blue units that you'll be going up against. So you've got Loyalist Axe, Harsh Command Plus, Ruptured Sky, Distant Counter, Slick Fighter 3, Joint Drive Attack, and Fortress Defense Res 2. Now, the stats end up being, of course, this is a plus 10 summoner supported unit, HP of 58, attack of 64, speed of 24, defense of 56, res of 41, and this ends up giving us 120 physical bulk and 107 magical bulk. This is a very tanky unit. And if you pit them up against Legendary Crom and Legendary Dimitri, both with maxed out kits, this is the Speed Crom. He loses a measly 12 HP. And Legendary Dimitri does a little better and knocks him down by almost half. But surviving Legendary Dimitri and taking him out is still quite the feat. So, Jackel, what do you think about Gustav?
Listen up, kids. This is how you build a unit. This dude right here, that's a snack. That's, guys, I can't even say really anything about this unit that is negative, except that he's an armor, and I would rather have an infantry. But, you all know I've been questing after that crown for quite some time. And my boy here would, he just deletes that Legendary Crom. And boy, I sure do hate Legendary Crom. That dude is the antithesis of Jackel. So,
but he's still an armor unit.
I mean, that's true, Deku. But he does have majestic love. So
he does. He certainly does.
All right, I am not ready to give out the rating for this unit because I think it's too good, and I need to see the rest of the stuff that's on this banner.
Well then, shall we move on to the next unit?
Also, guys, real quick, I think that cough medicine is starting to take hold of my mouth, so that's interesting.
Excellent.
All right, high praise for Gustav. So with that, let's meet our next unit.
Our next contestant is Alphonse Uplifting Love. He is supposedly the main character of this game, but I don't know how many people actually care about him unless he's emo and edgy. He isn't wearing pants for some reason, and it's only slightly less uncomfortable than young Marth. I'm not even doing the voice right now. I don't know why. I should be using the voice. Let's talk about him.
The thing that disturbs me about this Alphonse more than the pants, for some reason, I don't understand it, is the weirdly highlighted golden hair.
I mean, it's always gold. Actually, I think the weirder thing that, somebody pointed that out to me, and I can't unsee it now. He looks emaciated. He looks like he's starving.
That was
he does.
Me.
Okay, it was you. Yeah, that's not healthy, Alphonse. You should eat.
I'll take credit for that one. Jackal, you've got this unit, so...
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Alphonse, Uplifting Love, Super Boons in attack and speed, Super Banes in HP and resistance. Well, I guess nobody cares about defense on this guy. Amity Blooms, plus 12 Might Inheritable Tome. It's basically the same as the other one, the Bloom one. Pact Blooms on Veronica. If within 2 spaces of ally, in combat attack res -5, when damage dealt restores 4 health to unit. Oh, let me do stats and stuff. So he comes with Moonbow also. Great. Defense res form 3, which is a new skill. And Bold Fighter, which means that he is a armored green tome. He's the second armored green tome ever.
That's correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, I can't think of any others other than Henry Boy.
Yeah, the Henry Boy. Well, okay. I have a fun story, but it's not really that pertinent to what we're doing, so I'm gonna skip it. He's good as a ranged magical arena unit. I mean, yeah, he's all right. Did I do the rest of the skills? I think I did the rest of the skills. BST is 174. Man, this is all over the place. All right, somebody else talk with their mouth. Yes, exactly, Deku. Thank you.
Summoners, don't do drugs.
I guess let me give a rating for the unit. I mean, he's all right. I don't think he's as good as Joel thinks he is, so I'm gonna go with a 5 for the unit, and I'm gonna go with a 6 for the fodder.
I always give extra points for uniqueness, and I mean, this is a 175 BST armor that you can use in arena that's ranged, and there's one other like him, and only kind of like him in the game. But
I mean, Halloween Henry is like a total dumpster fire compared to Uplifting Love Marth.
He really does look like Marth, though.
What was that? Uplifting Love Alphonse. Yes, he does.
the problem is that there's not much to say about this. I mean, this is your demote, so he's not too hard to plus 10. If it were me, I would probably skip this one. We've had some better ones in the past, but I mean, if you're an Alphonse fan and you hate pants, maybe this is the unit for you.
I mean, or if you just need a green ranged armor unit in arena, I mean, it's not bad. So, I don't know, pretty good. As far as the build that we're about to talk about, the unit I still think is a, what did I say, 5?
You've been.
So, should I go ahead and
all over this banner? I get the feeling like.
All right. Well, I miss you already, Deku. Love you, buddy. Night, night. Okay, so Alphonse, I'm gonna run through stats real quick. Bramond and Triandra supported. Plus 10, plus 5 flowers, blah, blah, blah. Boring. And Summoner supported, so let's boost his stats also. HP 65, attack 60, speed 42, defense 44, resistance 38. And our kit starts at the top with Plegian Torch plus Refined to Speed, Rally Up Attack, Ruptured Sky, Attack Speed Solo 4, Bold Fighter, Panic Ploy, and Attack Speed Solo 3 in the Seal, which gives him 73 effective speed and 55... Nope, flip that. 73 effective attack and 55 effective speed.
You gotta love this build. I mean, this is really well done. You've got the panic ploy to activate your Plegian Torch, which is exactly what you want in Arena. Although I will say this is set up as an ARD unit, but you could use this kit for both. The big claim for ARD though is that this unit takes out Brave Hector, which if any of you folks have had to go against this guy, Brave Hector is a menace and just destroys defenses. And yeah, he takes out Brave Hector and ends up with only 10 HP of damage. So yeah,
that's awesome.
This unit is solid.
So my starting score for this unit is an 8. I'm going to take a point though for the weirdness of blessing it for Aether Raids and not for Arena. Although Arena, as we discovered a couple of months ago, does not matter if you bless them. So they're just dual purposing this unit, I guess. All right, well, I'm going to leave it at 8 then. I don't like Panic Ploy. I'm not a huge fan of the ploy skills. Initially, I thought this was one of the ones that activates with resistance, and I thought it was really bad. And then I looked at the skill, and it's HP. So 65 HP is really hard to come up against. It's really hard to beat 65 HP. But he's also not going to have that much whenever he's going up against Arena foes. So I think it's kind of tricky to use Panic Ploy in the C slot. I think I would prefer something that's a little bit more of a sure thing. But I don't know. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
I think you've said it right there. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
With that, now that since Deku has abandoned us, would you like to do your best Deku impression here or on the next one?
I mean, I will do my best Deku impression, but I do not have the Deku text to read.
Oh, just make it up. That's what he does.
Oh.
Are you ready? Let's meet our next unit.
Hello and welcome, Henriette, overflowing with love, the mother of Alphonse and that other one that doesn't matter anymore because she's dead, I guess. She's got a nice pot of flowers and and we're done. That's it.
That
How
was your
that?
Deku impression?
I mean, that was my Jackel impression of Deku, yes.
All right. That was your impression of Jackel doing Deku. Here we go. Henriette.
Well, that's not what I said, but...
Super Boon in Res and Super Bane. What is the deal with these Super Banes? Super Bane in HP, attack, and speed. You've got Unity Blooms Plus, which is a 12 might inheritable, and you'll see a theme here. If within 2 spaces of an ally, in combat, attack res -5 on foe, and when damage dealt, restores 4 HP. Then we have AR Farsave 3. If ranged foe initiates combat against an ally within 2 spaces, triggers Savior. You get in combat, attack res +2, and unit takes ally's place and receives all after combat effects. Will not trigger on prohibitive terrain, and you guys have heard this part already. So, AR Farsave, by far the better of the save skills. Deku's gone now, so I can tell you, don't listen to him. If you guys check out, there are some wonderful videos on Reddit with different units with the skill, and basically just all of your glass cannons lined up out front, and as the AR defense crashes in on them, Farsaver just pops in and defeats every unit. It's absolutely fantastic. It's great to see, and it negates Layla's effect. So if you guys remember Constant Dagger, once she attacks, if she's within range, she switches with her support partner. That can't happen if the target has this skill.
Oh, dang.
So
well, that's cool.
This opens up a lot of AR defense plays. To top it off, this is one of 2 red armor mages, and the fodder on this unit, Unity Blooms plus Iceberg, Distant Defense 4, Slick Fighter 3, and AR Far Save 3. One thing I didn't mention on the last one, these Far Save and Near Save skills, these are armor only.
Wow.
I love this unit. I'd give the rating an 8, which as you guys know, for anything that's not a dancer is really high. And the fodder, I would give this unit a 10 because how do you not give that a 10? That is excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent fodder.
You have to somehow figure out how to pull everything off of this unit if you want to fodder it.
Jackel, how do you feel about Henriette?
Pretty good. I mean, I think she's great. I agree with your rating, 8 for the unit and 10 for the fodder. The Super Banes are kind of crazy on this whole banner. But Winter Tharja is the only other red armor tome. So
yeah, base stats
beats her
42
up.
HP, 40 attack. 40 attack is huge. Speed of 18, which we've seen before. Defense of 35 and res of 40. That is the 6th highest res, by the way. That is hefty.
That has to tie with at least a few people. So
yes, it does.
Yeah, I mean she's good. You want to talk about the build that we have?
Let's talk about this build because this is an excellent build. So what they've done here, they have swapped out Unity Blooms with Rar Serpent.
Routhier Serpent.
Yeah, whatever. Harsh Command Plus, Ruptured Sky, Mirror Stance 3, Special Fighter 3, AR Far Saver 3, Quick Riposte 3, and this is a light season with Milla, Freya, and Air as the supporting mythics. You end up, after plus 10ing and plus 5 flowers and summoner support, with an HP of 69, an attack of 65, speed of 25, defense of 50, and res of 52. That is so much unit right there.
Yeah.
If you want to go to the Sims just briefly, if you go up against some standard behemoth nukes, we're talking Reinhardt. She takes, and keep in mind, this is a red tome. She's taking 25 damage, and she's got the HP to spare. Against Lilina, who is a menace, she ends up with only 25 HP left, but Lilina is tough. And then against female Byleth, she survives and kills female Byleth. So
only takes 14 damage.
Yeah.
From Byleth.
And these are all maxed out units. So this is quite impressive.
Yeah. Joel, I will tell you, this is the other unit that is contesting for my bid right now. Man, Mom and Dad are like killing it. It's crazy, man. This build is so good and so cool with Far Save and the Mirror Stance and Routhier Serpent. It's just so synergistic.
133 effective magical bulk is just beefy.
Yeah, man.
So,
Go ahead.
My one thing with Far Saver on offense, I don't understand why you wouldn't just put the unit as the lead. Like, that's my one thing. Why aren't you putting them point instead, sitting them in the back? And that's
Well, but like you would want to bait with one of your other units, right? And then she would far save them.
And that's something you could do. And in that case, you could do basically some unit that can take physical damage. So if, let's say, Elwood, the Terror comes in, and you'll have a unit that can take Elwood just fine. But then some nuke comes in and tries to AoE you, then this unit swoops in. But I will say, be very, very careful about area of effect weapons. They take effect before the far saver happens.
Yeah.
So, Ophelia with Blazing Wind, that would hit all of your units. Then when she attacks in, Henriette would switch and take damage.
Yeah. Just on average, I don't know if you have this number in your head, Joel, but how much damage would a Blazing Wind do on average?
It totally depends
from an Ophelia
on the unit you're going up against and how merged up the Ophelia is.
Okay, Joel, tell me what the answer is. You already know what the answer is.
I really don't.
What's the deal?
It depends on the unit.
Okay, well, let's just assume that it's, the best Ophelia that there is.
300.
And, all right. Well, I guess thanks for stepping into the space to play with me a little bit in this sandbox. All right, so, Joel, I don't know if I can give this unit a rating either yet. I don't know if I can do it yet.
All right. I guess it's time for my best Deku impression. Are we ready for this?
I'm so excited. Yes, do it.
Now, I have to get real close to the mic, right?
Yes. It has to be in your mouth, Joel.
Leaf, Undying Ties Duo. The edgy version of Alphonse, who has once tried to get his father's approval, but when he couldn't, dyed his hair blue and put a mask with a hole for his nose. His best friend is Thrasir, who he actually calls Veronica in their confession, and it's weird. That's all I got.
Nice. Joe, very well done. I like the little weird horns that they have.
Yeah.
Very strange.
So, this is your unit.
Okay. Super Boon in attack, Super Bane in everything else except resistance. His tome is called Thialfi, and it gives him, it's 14 might, preference weapon, attack +3 if unit is within 3 spaces of ally, in combat in combat omnibuff. Gives him a guaranteed follow-up, reduces damage. It reduces damage reduction by 50%. And then after combat, if unit is attacked, it deals. So if he attacked an enemy.
Yes.
Okay. It deals 20 damage to the nearest enemy. So the reduces damage reduction. The example is it would reduce 45% of reduction to 23. That is really interesting. It's a really cool design space, I think, that they've opened up. I don't know how good it is right now. I mean, we have a lot of units that have damage reduction, I guess. So and a lot more are getting it. So I mean, I guess it's pretty good. The 20 damage to nearest enemy after combat is super cool. I am a little disappointed, builder, that we don't see a Savage Blow build, because that would be just super funny.
The reason is that's typed wrong. That's 20 damage to nearest ally.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought it was. So what I was going to say about that is that it could enable some specials like Vantage or Desperation or Brazen or whatever. So that's useful, I think, if you can space it out correctly. Oh man, I haven't even looked at this guy's duo skill. I totally forgot he had one. The duo skill deals damage to foes within 3 spaces equal to 10 plus 50% of total damage to HP of allies within 3 spaces. Wow. Gosh, you could do a lot of damage with that. And then inflicts attack speed -7 on foes within 3 spaces. So 3 spaces is not small. That's an interesting duo skill. So let's talk about his the rest of his kit. Comes with Glimmer, attack defense push 4, lull attack res 3, which is kind of weird. He's a tome. Man, I keep forgetting this guy's a tome. But then why does he come with attack defense push 4? That's super, super weird. And then Fatal Smoke. Smoke, what?
The main point of this kit is he's going up against most of your tanks. Like the example here is Brave Edelgard. Mm-hmm. So that's in their kit. That's that attack defense push.
Oh man, I'm thinking debuff. Okay, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. So Fatal Smoke is pretty cool, I think. It reads foe and foes within 2 spaces cannot recover HP through their next action, which includes after combat. So, like the best skill in the game, like Breath of Life or Mystic Boost, are just totally turned off with Fatal Smoke. So that's all right.
Well, you're missing. That's turned off. Mm-hmm. So is the healing tower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, I thought healing tower. Oh, it's through their next action.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is pretty good.
This skill is sick. Yeah.
Yes.
I want this on my Kranya so bad.
Yeah. It's inheritable to all. Are there any restrictions to the inheriting of Fatal Smoke?
I didn't look. I just looked that it could be inherited by Kranya.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's at least inheritable by infantry daggers then, I guess.
Staff units can't inherit it. Otherwise, everyone else can.
Wow. I mean, it's really good. It's a super premium skill. And you know what? I really look forward to having it in the seal. So let's make that happen, I guess.
For me, there are 2 units on this banner that I just love. And the first is Henriette, because the possibilities. I love the creativity in the design. And the second is this unit. And this is such a weird unit. So, I mean, what you're wanting is to take this unit and to beat down whatever is the main, like the tip of the spear, that be it Hector or Edelgard, and take them out. And then from there, it damages your team. And then you hit the duo skill, and that damages most of the opposing team.
Yeah.
It's a weird dynamic. As far as use cases, the build we see here is on air offense. I think the neat way to use this unit is actually air defense. And if you think about most carries, they have some kind of healing on them. Think about Brave Claude is a great example. Just shuts him down. Edelgard with the Brave Edelgard with those noon times, they don't work anymore. If you think about Brave Ike, not only does it shut down his damage reduction, but it also Shuts down any healing he gets from Aether.
So that new Brave Ike refine. Wait, was that part of the refine?
No.
Okay.
Brave Ike just got a Resplendent, not a Refine.
Oh, I thought he was getting a refine.
No.
All right. Well, anyway.
But that's the possibilities on this are endless.
Wait, hold on, Joel. Who were the units that we were talking about on the anniversary banner that got a refine then?
Legendaries.
Didn't they announce two?
Yeah, there were 2 legendaries, not 2 brave units. So that was Legendary Ike and Legendary Fjorm.
Oh, it was Ike. It just wasn't Brave Ike. So I was mostly right. Got it. Do you want to talk about the build submitted to us?
So this is an Astra unit. This is made in... There's this new breed of hit and run units. We've seen it. I've seen it used with Reinhardt recently a lot. You guys have, of course, seen it with Legendary Leaf. But most recently, you've seen it with Legendary Lilina. And so this is Astra Blessed with Regan, Altina, Naga, and Plumeria support. You got a +10, +5 flowers, summoner supported. You've got that preference weapon, reposition, Blazing Wind, Heavy Blade 4, Lull Attack Res 3, Fatal Smoke 3, and Quicken Pulse. So looking at the stats, that ends up giving you 64 HP, 73 attack, 36 speed, 42 defense, and 32 res for an 87 effective attack. And remember, because of the tome, that's a guaranteed follow-up. And an in-combat +6 to all of those skills.
Wait, so is the 87 with or without the +6?
That's with the +6.
Okay.
That's the effective attack.
Yeah. That's pretty insane. Let me ask you a question, Joel. Why Blazing Wind?
So there was a lot of talk in the Discord on this. And the thought was trying to replicate Lilina as close as possible. And so it's that whole area of effect. So, and I'm trying to remember. They actually showed up the pattern, and I believe it's a cross. So Blazing Wind is the one where it's one in the center, and then one to the top and bottom, one to the left and right.
Yeah, it's a plus sign.
Oh, there you go. So plus sign.
Yeah.
So the point there would be, with this build, on the second hit, you proc Blazing Wind. And so you've already done AoE damage to quite a bit of the units, as well as hopefully killing off whatever lead you had. Then
wait. What do you mean on the second hit? Blazing Wind procs at the start of combat.
Well, you get, So I guess that would have to be on the second piece of combat. So you'd have to dance them and then use Blazing Wind.
Gotcha.
But on that next combat, you would get the Blazing Wind off, and that would take out units. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I can certainly see the pluses to this unit. Blazing Wind being one of them, because it looks like a plus sign. But this is not my thing.
In general, cav units never are your thing.
Yeah, I mean, look, Cavs go too far for me. It offers less support from the rest of the team, and there are some cases where it's really good. Like I have a +10. Oh man, what is that boy's name? Well, dang, I don't remember. It starts with an O. He's a lance, and he's gale forced. He usually can gale force himself on one turn in a lot of cases, but sometimes he doesn't. So he's sort of a hit and run unit. He's pretty good. And then I have a +10 Ella Wood. He's pretty good, but for the most part, I am not into calves. What? Is it because I'm just rambling right now?
Yes, a little bit.
All right. Well, I'll try to tighten it up. So, yeah, I'm not really into cabs. I prefer a good infantry unit or a good armor unit. I don't like flying units. I think they suck generally. Cabs are good, but they are difficult to use. This guy's range would be incredible. All right, it's too much. So I think he's an 8 for me because I can see the use cases. I thought the build was really weird because of Blazing Wind, and I just didn't get it. But I think after having talked to you about Blazing Wind, it makes a lot more sense, and I think he is an 8. My notes do say Blazing Wind sucks. # why though? So that's just really funny. I thought I would share, but yeah, 8 for this one.
Well, okay, Jackel, your time is up. You have exactly 60 seconds to make your mind up. Actually, no. Let's make that 120 seconds. Meanwhile, while you think about that, let's hear just a little bit from our sponsor.
Strong and tough is good. I like that.
Hi, Ilialador here with Arden's Corner, and you'll need to build your own Arden when I show you this amazing new Arden tech recently made possible through new skills. He's beefy, he's tanky, he can hit like a truck. This man was built to tank, and he has a real cannon of an arm when he swings that bigness sword. Just look at him. He attacks, he protects, but most importantly, his top of meta potency is back. Thanks to this revolutionary skill just released, the cutting edge of protection and combat mobility, Far Saver. Your opponents will never see it coming, and then you should get into your frail glass cannons and ether raids, but suddenly the embodiment of meat, burned and charred bigness Arden, flies in from 2 spaces away to defend against their unit, who attack from a whole 4 spaces away. Think about it, you're up against a cavalry dagger unit, such as Harmonized Mia, and she targets your poor nukes. I'm talking your Ophelias, your Lysithias, your poor, unprotected dancers and healers. And what does she find but a 6'4" hunk of tree with a fire sword that was a whopping 7 spaces away from her starting position, warping in out of nowhere, taking 0 damage, and tearing her apart upon countering. Your finest blade given Ruptured Sky, and you'll be getting hit once per battle at the initiation, and then roasting your foes with a hit, followed by a Ruptured Sky attack that probably ruptures their entire bodies. It's amazing. Arden is busted. He's always been busted, and now he can be busted from 4 spaces away instead of just 2. That's right. Core mobility is no longer a problem because he doesn't even have to be close to the fight in order to participate. Strong and tough is good. Strong and tough is excellent, but slow couldn't matter less. All you have to do is pull a Henriette from the new seasonal banner and inherit Arden the skills you need to get the most bang for your bar tray. I'm talking attack res +4 in combat. Magical units may hit him once, and for even less damage, but he will toast them easily upon countering. Physical units may as well not even be hitting him. And this value is all yours if you summon today. As a bonus, you can also inherit one other item from your new Henriette, whichever you want. You could give your Arden Slick Fighter 3 and Far Save 1, since the Savior effect triggers even at only skill level 1. That is so little SP for a premium effect, you won't even notice it's gone. If that isn't your cup of tea, you can instead fodder that amazing Distant Defense 4 your Arden seriously doesn't need, but you know it'd be sick if he had it anyway. All yours if you summon today. Imagine what you could do using it on offense. Never fear enemy setups again. I am telling you, the cutting edge is only for a moment, but Arden's beef lasts forever. Now is your time to build the Arden of your dreams and start turning those defense sins into defense wins.
Oh, man. Wow.
I have to admit, I thought that would get more of a reaction out of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so focused on who to actually pick, man.
Does that mean you couldn't actually enjoy the Arden ad?
No, I actually very much enjoyed it. I'm just not really digesting how funny it is, you know? It made me smile, and it is very funny. But I'm also very stressed out about the choice that I have to make right now.
Well, Jackel, you've seen each of the builds and found out a few things about them. I think you have a pretty good idea how they'd perform, but only one can be selected. So, before you select your lucky unit, let's talk about how to submit builds. All you have to do is join the FEHology Discord. When the banner trailer drops, generally the next day we have a data mine. 2 days after that is when we submit builds. Join the server, submit builds to confuse Jackel today. Jackel, do you have your decision?
I mean, no, Joel. Can I talk through it with you?
Sure.
So it's obviously between mom and dad. So Henriette is just super good as just like a great AR distance tank. Very, very cool build. I mean, I like it a lot. And Gustav is like my dude, like all those times where you talk about sticking somebody out in the middle of a field and abandoning them there, and they just, all the stuff breaks on their teeth, or everything breaks its teeth on their face, and like that's what Gustav is, and that's the build that I like, So the crazy thing is that I don't think I've ever given a 10 before, but I think they're both 10s.
Wow.
Do you remember me ever giving a 10?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't remember that. And maybe it's just
you like Digensia a whole lot.
Oh man. Wait, that wasn't on a dating game.
Yeah, but you've rated builds for a while.
Okay. Non-dating game builds are different than dating game builds. Although, having said that, Digensia, though he was not on a dating game, probably would have gotten a 10 out of me. But that was his base kit. Oh, no, because you're talking about a build. I don't know. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. I don't think I've ever given a 10 on a dating game before. Does that sound right?
That might be right. I do not remember.
All right, we're going to go with it. Hey, guys, that's right. God, Joel, I don't know, man. Their stats are so similar. And I'm so nervous. Because I want to win. Like, I don't mind editing the episode, but I want to win. And I've picked your build 2 out of 3 times, I think, is how many times we played the dating game.
And the other one was when I was the contestant.
Yep. And dagnabbit, I just want to win the dating game so bad. But I think I have to pick Gustav.
Jackel, you've selected Gustav. So, our lovely Alphonse with the pencil neck and very, very weird no pants thing was done by none other than Moon.
All right.
You'll have to apologize for the panic ploy comments.
I mean, I'm not apologizing for panic ploy. Panic ploy, what I said about panic ploy is true, so.
All right, our Veronica. The 13-year-old Cav Blue Tome was done by none other than Husky. Husky, congratulations on actually doubling the unit score versus the build score.
Yeah, this was a tough one, Husky. You bit off more than you had a right to chew, and you chewed it up and swallowed it and took it like a strong person. So, good work.
All right, Henriette.
God, Joel, I'm so nervous.
Was done by none other than Maury.
Yep. All right. I mean, that was good work, Maury.
Oh, it was an excellent build. I thought that was very synergistic. I'll be honest, that was my favorite build of this group.
I mean, it certainly sounded like it. You talked about Far Save for a long time, so in a good way. I mean that.
We'll go with Leaf next. was done by none other than Jackel. Are you ready?
No, Joel, just tell me.
Jackel, this leaf was done by me.
Oh, yes. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. I've never known such release.
The Gustav, which was also an excellent build, was done by Gaia.
Hey, Gaia. I feel like you and I know each other pretty well by now because you made exactly the good lad I would like to stick right into my barracks, and just good work. This is a solid boy.
Can I just say, so I building this leaf was frigging hard.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to do with this. Very, very creative unit, and what in the world?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very, very cool build, though, Joel. I think you got one of the highest scores on the banner.
Well, I'm just happy that I've got the highest score you've ever given a Cav unit.
Yeah, that's definitely true, regardless of whether it's a dating game or not.
All right. Jackel, with that, do you have anything you would like to say?
Listener, you should certainly submit a build however you can. I think Joel was talking about coming into the Discord. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do it. Come on in and see if you can stump me or whoever is doing the dating game. And I will tell you, it's not easy to build one of these people and have like a good one and have it selected. It's rough.
Especially when you're on cough syrup.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So episodes to come. Let's see. I'm not sure when this is going to hit versus the dissertation part 2. I have a feeling the dissertation part 2 will hit before this. But we've got another banner. We've got a calendar episode coming soon. And then we've got some other stuff in the works. So stay tuned. Yeah. Summoners. If you'd like to reach out to the show, you can do so through our subreddit at r/FEHology. You can email the show directly at FEHology@gmail.com. If you'd like to chat, you can join the research and development server or Discord, or message us on Discord. Our tags are in the show notes. Unless your name is Jackel, he wants you to message him through Twitter.
Jackel HS.
I actually paused for you that time.
I know, I appreciate it.
Remember, you can send your voice messages through Anchor at anchor.fm/FEHology/message. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so through anchor.fm/FEHology for as little as $1 a month. Hope you have a wonderful day and schedule an appointment with your Pheologist real soon. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Our next unit is Henriette, Overflowing Love. She is the surprisingly popular mother of Alphonse and Sharina. She got like number 10 in the females division of the last CYL. I'm really surprised how popular she is, but I mean, I guess when somebody literally says that she can't help in the fighting, then people are going to want her to then help in the fighting. Finally, we have Lif, Undying Ties duo. They only want one future, only want one world. It is, of course, Lif and Thrasir, the two generals of Hell from Book 3, also known, spoiler alert, as Alphonse and Veronica, from an alternate future dimension where everyone died except them. They are a duo unit and are also a red tone cav. It's pretty cool.